Starting off with 225 grams of plain flour, I add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and half a teaspoon of bicarb, then finally 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And just fork them together. That's the dry ingredients done. And now into a batter jug goes 275 grams of coconut milk. I spoon the thick bit out first, then pour in the liquid. To this, I add 150 grams of caster sugar. I now need 150 ml of vegetable oil and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I finally grate in the fragrant zest of 2 lemons. I also need 3 tablespoons of juice, which is about 1 lemon's worth. Then I just stir to mix. And now it's just a matter of adding the wet ingredients to the dry. I do realise it all goes a bit greige at this point. I suppose if you're unused to making eggless cakes, you do miss the goldenness of the yolks, but do not fear. This is one sensational cake once it's baked. Pour the batter into a 20cm springform tin and give it about 30 minutes in an oven at 180 degrees. The cake is baked and it can sit here calmly while I, equally serenely, get on with my blueberry compote. I've got 150 grams of blueberries and I want a tablespoon of caster sugar. And now the same amount of lemon juice. Gonna have to hope I don't get pips when I do this. Just kind of squeezing straight onto the spoon. My lucky day. Finally into the pan before it goes on the heat, 50 ml of cold water. Let's give it a bit of a swirl to let the sugar dissolve. And now on the heat, so this needs to come to a bubble now, which won't take long. And these garnet glossy juices need to be thickened. And for that, I need some corn flour, a small amount, just 1.5 teaspoons. And exactly the same amount of cold water to slake it. The blueberries have started to soften now, so I don't need to cook them any further. I just need to thicken them, adding my corn flour and water. This will take the barest moment. And just like that, my beaded berry glaze is ready. Look at this, the colour of 1940s nail varnish and just as glossy. So, unclip the cake and turn it out here. And now, the unveiling. Before the compote goes on the cake, I'm going to slather it with this coconut milk yoghurt. I've got 250 grams here. Such a cooling balm after the peppiness of the salsa spike curry. I need to add a couple of things. First, some vanilla, just a teaspoon. Stir that in quickly. Not too quickly. I love this. And then some icing sugar. I've got 2.5 teaspoons here. I'll push it through the tea strainer. Don't want any lumps. And now I shall spoon the sweetly vanilla-scented coconut milk yogurt over the upended cake. And the yogurt on it like this makes every mouthful taste even softer, lighter, and fluffier. If any yogurt starts to creep down the side of the cake, don't worry about it. I mean, I think it looks rather charming. And now my compôte. I'm going to thrash it a bit with a fork just to help it spread on. And then with this incredibly white yogurt serving as a frame, I'm going to dollop this in the middle. It's all looking a bit 1970s, but I rather like that.